I don't think anybody would want to get put in this situation guarding Kyrie Irving. What has he done in his NBA career that makes him one of the most difficult people to guard? Well, the truth is, Kyrie is special. He has the ability to handle the ball, to create angles, and to get past defenders like nobody else really can. And because of his success, other people think that they need to do the same. And I'm going to show you in this video how you can have the same amount of success as Kyrie without needing to do all the flashy ball handling. This video is about driving bad closeouts, which is one of the 3 keys of the gap theory. And the gap theory just puts language to why things in basketball work. Because Kyrie is so talented with the basketball, everybody that guards him is pretty much a mismatch. Well, 99% of the people who watch this video are not going to be able to do what Kyrie can do. I played Big 12 basketball and did not see in 3 years somebody who could do what Kyrie does. But by understanding how to drive bad closeouts, we can accomplish the same thing that Kyrie does. We can just do it in a much simpler form. So welcome to the film room. Let's get into it. In most situations in basketball, your defender is not typically going to be standing close enough to touch you unless you have the basketball, which means on every single catch, you're going to get a closeout. Learning how to drive these closeouts is the key to this video. All we really need to do in basketball to create open shots is beat one person off the dribble or to create an advantage, and that's what driving bad closeouts does. Typically on every closeout, a defender is going to try and take away one of 3 things. If they can take away 2 or 3 of them, all the better, but there's usually a primary focus. They're either trying to take away a shot, take away a drive left, or take away a drive right. You can see in this closeout from the defender that he is trying to take away a baseline drive by his closeout. This opens up the opportunity for the offensive player to drive to his left hand or to the middle, and he ends up beating the defender one-on-one and scores an easy layup. You'll see that the highlighted defender is going to close out to the corner on the catch. By looking at his body language, he's concerned about giving up a shot by that hand right there, which means he's susceptible to getting beat to the middle, which he does. As he gets beat to the middle, this offensive player makes a great recognition of seeing one of our gap theory principles, making 2 guard 1. As this defender steps over to take a charge, he makes the right read and kicks it to his teammate and gets a rhythm 3. The further the distance of the closeout, the easier it is to drive it, which is why spacing is so important. You can see as this defender goes to close out to the corner, he's got a long way to go, and as he closes out, he's way off balance, and it's an obvious read that this offensive player can drive back to the middle. This drive and kick is going to lead to another closeout, and there's some key details to this that I want to make sure you see. This assistant coach is pointing up towards Grady Dick because Grady's one of the best 3-point shooters in the Big 12, and so this defender also recognizes that and closes out worried about the one-time pass, which gives an easy driving angle to Jalen Wilson to drive this bad closeout and go baseline. As he goes baseline, the help defender comes over, and now you have 2 people guarding 1. Harris does a great job here of sliding with the basketball to give Wilson an easy passing angle. So as he throws this hammer pass, DeJuan catches it. He ends up shooting this shot. I actually wish he would have driven that bad closeout because he probably would have created a better shot for somebody else. Something that you can use to influence a bad closeout is a shot fake. I said at the beginning of this video, a defender is trying to take away a drive left or right and trying to take away a shot. By you shot faking while they're closing out, it's going to incentivize bad closeouts like you're seeing right here, which makes it easy for you to drive past your defender. That shot fake led to a bad closeout, which led to 2 people guarding 1 and a layup. Something that will impact your shot fake is actually being a good shooter. Again, Grady Dick comes through an elevator screen. You see this dude flying at him because he doesn't want to give up a 3 to a really good shooter. That allows him to get downhill, making 2 people guard 1. The cool thing about this clip is that the defender that actually gets caught is the one who's in the baseline that you'll see right there that's worried about the drive to the rim. Grady makes a great early read, kicks it to the corner for a rhythm 3. Again, you have to be known as a 3-point threat for a shot fake to typically work. Jacoby Coles is known as someone who can stretch the floor. He influences that tough contest right there, which gets him way off the ground, making 2 people guard 1. Coles makes a great kick for another 3. Another way to create bad closeouts is by coming off of screens away from the ball. You'll see number 14 is about to come off of a pin down. As he does, you're going to see this defender try and do what's called shooting the gap. So instead of chasing him, he tries to go on the other side to meet him, and he ends up closing out extremely out of control. As you can see number 4 here, which makes it obvious that the drive back to the middle is open. Once 14 drives to the middle, he makes a great pass over the top to his bigger teammate for an easy layup. The same thing happens here. Wilson is going to come off of a simple pin down, and this defender number 30 is actually going to chase it. So he's going to go on the same side. As he does, it leads to a bad closeout, which lets Wilson get downhill. Here's your 2 guarding 1. It's actually 3 people guarding 1. A really good kick, rhythm 3. With good spacing, you can create some really good offense. Watch this. A shot fake, which leads to a bad closeout. He's going to drive to the middle. Probably could have driven the bigger defender right there, but he doesn't. So now he decides, okay, I can beat him off the bounce. I drive middle, which leads to another bad closeout. This offensive player is going to drive baseline. So Cunningham gets there, kicks it back out. Another bad closeout. We're going to drive to the middle, get downhill. That's going to create 2 people guarding 1. And you can see the offensive player in his room where he should be for a dump down dunk. The last thing that we haven't talked about is which direction should you drive on a closeout. I'm a believer that the majority of the time you should attack the defender's top foot. And the reason why is because they're going to have a further distance to drop that foot to then try and cut you off, and their momentum is taking them the opposite direction. You'll get a really good example of it on this closeout, and you can see from this angle, it makes more sense on that closeout to drive back to the direction that he is coming at you. And I love this subtle detail of this last closeout. This defender just got beat off of the bounce, so now as he closes out a second time, he is closing out shorter because he doesn't want to get beat again. He was more concerned about the drive back to the middle, closes out short, and gets hit with a 3. The goal of these videos is for you to be able to start seeing these things as they're happening, not just on these videos, but in the real life game of basketball. When you can begin to see these principles happen and understand the game this way, it's going to become a lot more enjoyable for you to watch basketball because you're going to know all of the strategy, detail, and IQ that goes into every open shot that happens like this one. Thanks for coming through. We'll see you next time in the film room.